riding on Virginia's rural blacktops away from the congested DMV, shorthand among those who lived there for the District, Maryland, and Virginia, helped, blocking out all extraneous thoughts. A one-lane road and a speeding motorcycle, a patch of loose gravel, a pothole, a fox darting unexpectedly across the blacktop, topping a hill pushing 100 miles per hour and discovering a farmer's slow-moving tractor blocking the path. Garrett knew the statistics. 5,000 motorcycle fatalities each year in the United States. His solitary rides had become much more frequent, daring death, forcing adrenaline into him. He needed the rush. At 36, Garrett knew he had been put to pasture, a bitter irony in a life filled with much irony. The media once had labeled him a national hero. He'd been feted at the White House, praised by the president, but the federal agencies that could benefit most from his talents had no interest in him now. Initially, he'd blamed his addiction, opioids for chronic pain from multiple burns, a helicopter crash in Africa, a terrorist's RPG. It had taken him months to heal, only to confront the fact that he had become addicted to pain pills. He'd started using Suboxone to wean himself off opioids, and found it took him longer to kick his addiction to medication than to heal from his burns. Finally, he had become drug-free, and a Navy psychiatrist had cleared him of post-traumatic stress disorder. He'd been ready for a new assignment, but no one called. What was it that made him unhireable, he asked himself, although he knew. His last kill. A car was parked in his reserved condo space. Garrett cursed, and for a moment considered flattening its tires. Controlling his impulses was something he'd been working on. He inspected the car as he rolled past. An unmarked police car. He parked the Norton between two thick concrete pillars. 4 more Arlington County squad cars took up visitor spots near the elevator. Garrett boarded the garage's underground elevator, taking it up into the lobby. "You live here?" a uniformed officer demanded as soon as Garrett exited the elevator. "Me and about 400 others," he answered. "Let's see some ID." "Why? Just do it." Garrett unslung his backpack and had begun to reach inside for his wallet when the young police officer spotted a handgun. "Raise your hands!" he yelled, drawing his Glock. His holler set off a chain reaction among the other half-dozen police officers inside the lobby. Each pulled their weapon, all aimed at Garrett. "Let's just chill," Garrett said in a calm voice, letting his open backpack slip onto the floor while lifting both hands into the air. "I got a permit." Keeping his pistol pointed at Garrett's chest, the officer kicked the backpack across the marble floor toward a colleague. She reached inside and removed Garrett's Sig Sauer P226 handgun from the top of the bag, where it had been lying in plain sight. "Why are you carrying this?" she asked. "I've been squirrel hunting," Garrett smirked. "Like I just said, I got a permit." The young officer was clearly trying to figure out what to do next when a voice behind him called out, "Don't you know who this is? Put down your weapons." A 50-something bald man wearing lieutenant stripes stepped toward Garrett and offered his hand. "Sorry, Mr. Garrett. You live here?" "Afraid so." His brass name tag read Lieutenant Morgan. "Recognized you from the television," Morgan said. "You and that FBI agent, that female. What you two did at the Capitol, well, it was incredible. How's she doing?" "Not sure. Haven't seen her in a while." "If the President of these United States gave me a Medal of Freedom," Morgan continued, "I'd be wearing that frickin' medal around my neck every day and shoving it into everyone's face." Garrett smiled, but didn't respond. The female officer returned his backpack and Sig Sauer. "Why the barrage?" Garrett asked. "One of your residents was murdered. His body was found in the elevator this morning, stabbed right in the heart, just once." Morgan made a thrusting motion with his right hand. "Killer knew what he was doing." "Catch anything on the cameras?" Garrett nodded.